If you want to know what's going to happen to America, should reparations be paid, watch the Dave Chappelle Show episode about reparations. Funny episode, and it probably wouldn't be too far from the truth, in all honesty. But no, let's get seriously here. You want to talk about slavery and reparations and who should pay for it? Okay, let's go back in time during the Civil War. Well, pre-Civil War years. Wow, irony that the Democrats are the ones bringing reparations up after all this time, when they're the ones who fought for slavery and to keep slavery and to steal another man's freedom, another human being's freedom, because of their skin color. Yes, that's right, that Democratic Party, who's still the same Democratic Party today. Let me explain. Do you understand that the Southern Democrats at the time, pre-Civil War years, actually drew up their own constitution to allow them to have, you guessed it, slaves, to keep black people as slaves. They actually made their own constitution. So to anybody out there who believes that our constitution, the one that's been with us since 1776, our constitution allowed for freedom for all, that everyone has the right to have the right to have life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness, and property. And the Democratic Constitution made sure that everybody but blacks, and like I said, who fought to keep the slaves, who fought and divided this country so they can keep their slaves, Democrats. And who's fighting to divide this country further today? Democrats. And for anybody who sit there and say about the Civil War years and that there was slaves in the North, yeah, guess what? So was Democrats were in the North. Except the Democrats in the North, they weren't about, seceding from the country. Now they wanted to stay united, but they wanted to keep their slaves too. But they decided, hey, you know what? We'll stay in the North because we like our country united, but that doesn't matter. They still wanted their slaves. So that explains why there are slaves in the North. Follow the Democratic trail. Now you want to talk about slavery through history? All right, Israelites were slaveries to the Egyptians. I don't know where I heard that story before, but I think it's called Exodus in the Bible. And then let's talk about the Philippines. The Philippines has been colonized for 330 years by Spain. And as a matter of fact, the Philippines is named after King Philip II of Spain. So does that mean that we Filipinos deserve reparations for 333 years of slavery and colonization from Spain? What about this? What about the Israelites? Do they get money from the Egyptians? Or because the fact that Moses led them to the Promised Land, it's free. They don't. All debts are paid. And let's talk about the white Irish people that were slaves too. Do they get reparations? And enough of the past. Let's talk about today. What's happening now? In Libya, they are taking African men and selling them for $400 as slaves. And to this day, Muslims are taking black African men as slaves, like they did so many years ago when they introduced the white colonizers, the white Europeans, to, you guessed it, slavery. But we're not talking about that, are we? We want to talk about America and America only. But we're not going to talk about what's going on in current time. Oh, we're not going to talk about sex slavery neither. How these illegal immigrant kids are being raped, tortured, mutilated by these coyotes and oh boy, all right. Illegal immigrant women and children are being raped and tortured across the border in the sex slavery trade. But we're not going to stop that, are we? We still open our borders and bring them in, but we're not going to talk about the human cost that it does to these people. Just as long as Democrats get what? New voter stock. Because black Americans by the millions are waking up to the lies of the Democratic Party. reparations is a joke. Just like the Dave Chappelle show about it. And the funny thing is about that episode, if it were to happen, I could actually see it happening. It's probably a foretelling of the future to come. Yeah, you know, if we're gonna go with the Dave Chappelle show, go right on ahead, because that's what's gonna happen. Give money to people who didn't earn it. Give money and make people pay for it who didn't do it. And then watch America become more prosperous anyway, because they're going to put it right back into American hands. You know, hey, F the white man, but yet give the white man back their money.